guys, Lego collector and creator here, and today I'm going to be showing you two of my favorite ships that I own. I have the Slave One and then also the Slave One Jango Fett's version, which is a custom build that I made based on the model here on the right. So I'm going to go into some details of the sets and show you a little bit of how I customized it. So there are a few different versions of the Slave One. So if you have it, you may have one of the many versions that there are. This set here is set 75243. This is the 20th anniversary set. As soon as it came out, I just had to have it. It's always been one of my favorite Star Wars ships, and I never owned it before this one. So this is my first Slave One. So I'll go ahead and show you guys some of the details here. I'll put it up in comparison to the picture here of the actual ship, and as you can see, so some of this detailing here is just that discoloration on the actual ship itself. We have some turrets down here. Here's some rust that's actually on the ship here. The little wings here that actually turn, so when you land it, it goes down and turn like this. On the back here we have the boosters, and then also there's this cool handle on it so that you can fly it around without having to carry it awkwardly. In the cockpit here, you take that off and the cockpit seat turns so that you can put Boba Fett in there, and he can be sitting up whether it's landed or in the air flying. There are two spring-loaded missiles, and here at the bottom there is a compartment for frozen and carbonite Han Solo. This is a little loose here. I'm not sure how it got loose, but I'll have to tighten that up so it keeps on going down, but it's supposed to just stay up like this. So I may need to replace some parts. And that is pretty much all the details here. There's a few stickers up the top here, up here. It's pretty detailed. I think it's probably the best detailed version yet, besides obviously the UCS version of this set. The minifigures that came in it were also pretty good. It's definitely a really quality set. I'm really happy with it, and when I got it, I loved it so much that I really wanted to recreate it as the Slave One that Jango Fett uses, and so I did that. I got another one, and I started replacing certain pieces in areas so that way I could switch it to Jango Fett's set. So I'll show you guys. So this ship is a little bit more rare because this has only come out in one set in all of Lego. It came out a long time ago, and I obviously never had the chance of getting it. So when I got the newest Slave One, I had to recreate it as Jango's ship to get a updated look to it. So as you can see, I replaced a lot of these pieces here. I'll put up a side-by-side here of the actual ship, so you can see kind of the details that I changed and to make it more accurate. So there's quite a bit of gold on the actual Slave One from the movie, so I put yellow here for the gold. I put yellow here, here as well, and on the bottom here. On the front, I put these two different colored panels, as well as, now this part is a little bit inaccurate, but that's just how the other one is as well. So I based it off of Lego's version of the ship, not the actual ship itself. It does still have that compartment at the bottom for a frozen carbonite or whatever that may go down there. It has the same wing pieces, the same back here. I did replace a lot of these pieces with blue because there was a little bit of discoloration on the Boba Fett's Slave 1 that is not on Jango Fett's Slave 1, because it was a little bit newer when Jango had it. So I replaced some of those edge pieces with blue rather than with gray, to make it look a little bit newer. So I'm going to go into some details on how I was able to change this, because as you can see, it is a little bit different, these pieces here, because Lego does not actually make all these pieces, all the pieces that I had to replace in these colors. I did replace these red pieces here because basically all of this red area is replaced with blue. Pretty much all of it is blue, with the exception of this gray and gold right here. So I had to switch out all of those red pieces. These I switched out for dark gray ones here down at the bottom and blue ones up at the top. Those I got from different sets on Bricklink. Actually, these two up here I think were from the original Slave 1, and then the original Slave 1 also had this like grayish green, sand green color. The original Jango Fett's Slave 1, and I wasn't too keen on using that, so I used dark gray instead. I thought it was a little bit more accurate. Another piece that I switched out was this, which goes at the bottom here. They do not make this piece in navy blue. So what I had to do was I basically had to layer a few different pieces to simulate that piece there. So these pieces here are replacing this piece here. The next piece is two of these. So there are quite a few of these on the ship, all around the perimeter, and with those they do not make in navy blue as well. So I had to layer some of these like wing pieces here, basically layer them to make them slope down, so it's not quite as good as the original Lego version, but it does do the trick. It's not too noticeable when you're just looking at it. It just looks probably like it's a little bit older of a model before they started making them very smooth. The next piece I'll show you is this one here, which they do not make in navy blue, and that piece goes right here. And so I just used a one piece rather than two, so it's a 2x1 rather than a 3x1. And the last piece that I replaced that is going to be a different color from the set is they do not make blue of these. So at the bottom here, I replaced those with these small 1x1 slopes to essentially simulate what those would look like in navy blue, because the older one has gray down there. This one does not have gray. I replaced all the bottom with navy blue. So up at the top here, I used the actual stickers from the set to actually put on this navy blue version of it, so that way it would look accurate with updated pieces. And I also switched out these with black. You could also probably use like a dark gray, but I just thought that black probably looked best, and it looked more accurate to the original Slave 1 that came out those years ago. And then also these pieces in here that were replaced. And so that is the finishing touches. So let me know in the comments what you like and dislike from my version of the Slave 1, what you think is accurate, what you think could be better, parts that you like on it, parts that you didn't like. Let me know what you think below, and also, comment what set you would like me to try to customize next. I really had a lot of fun customizing this Slave 1, trying to figure out how I can make it work with just different color pieces, but essentially the same actual ship. So it was a lot of fun to build. Again, it's one of my favorite ships, and I love having two of them, having a blue and a green and red for Boba and Jango. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what set you want me to do next, and thank you so much for watching.